for joining Dukascopy TV at the IFX EXPO here in Cyprus. With our partners, we're quizzing industry elites for the insider info. With me in the TV booth right now is Anthony Brocco. Hello Anthony, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, how are you?
Now, if we look at, we're here in Cyprus, what brings yourself here? What are you looking to gain from the IFX Expo?
We're an institutional broker, so we are a liquidity provider, technology provider to the brokers in the space. So being a B2B conference where it's not retail oriented, it's more broker to broker, it really kind of, suits our sweet spot. So, when you can get as many brokers as you have here in one place, there's always opportunities.
Fantastic. And if we flip the other side of the coin and look at from the client's point of view, from your perspective, what do you think clients must consider when opening accounts with an FX broker?
There's a lot of things to consider. Depending upon the space you're in, depending upon the type of accounts that you have, safety of funds is always a big issue. Execution and spread, those are all important. But I think in this day and age, transparency is very important. Being a liquidity provider and dealing directly with the banks, we have what's called a direct market access model. So instead of client-to-client trading, we're basically client-to-bank trading. So I guess if you're a retail trader or you're a beginner trader, or even if you're an experienced trader, you're really looking for, they all have different, variables that are important to them, but, spreads, executions, transparency, and safety of funds are probably the most important items.
Fantastic. Now, with that all in mind, and from your point of view, with globalization, we're hoping a lot of the time it's trying to get a local presence in a global market. But what is your approach? Do you try and get a foothold in different regions, or are you sticking to that sweet spot, as you mentioned, looking for the niche that's got the largest market potential for you?
Well, I would say retail brokers. If you're a retail client and you're looking for a retail broker, you're going to want to deal with somebody close by. You're going to want to deal with somebody in your jurisdiction. You're going to want to deal with somebody who's regulated in your environment. We provide liquidity and pricing and technology to these brokers, so we don't necessarily need as much of a local presence. We're dealing mainly through the banks and prime brokerage. So we can, operate in any jurisdiction and still service globally. But, the retail brokers that we provide service to, that's why you find many of them have different jurisdictions. They may have an operation in Australia, in Cyprus, in UK, in the US, separate ones, because I think it's important for local traders to feel like there's local regulation.
And just lastly, please, Anthony, if you could tell us, what would be your top tip to people looking to get into the industry at present, perhaps as a startup broker?
I would say learn as much as you can first. When you're trading real money and there's real money at risk, I see a lot of people that kind of learn as they're going and they make a lot of mistakes. I think they really need to understand front to back what the real FX market looks like, what it behaves like. Sometimes trading just with a broker, it's not the real FX market. So I think that doing research, doing your diligence, and understanding how the real FX market works. Where does your trade really go? Who does it go to? Where does your trade and the prices originate from? The more you can understand how the whole market works, the more you can understand the environment you're going to trade in. So, take your time, be patient, I would say, and make sure that you do your due diligence. It's never too late to start, but sometimes you can start too early.
A lot of great insight there, Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us in the booth today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, that's all from Anthony and myself here at the IFX Expo in Cyprus. Make sure you keep clicking back for all of the insider info. Bye for now.